Hey guys, welcome back to another Crash Course. My name is Eli Brown and I'll be your host today. Alongside me is Anna Reese Johnson.
Hello!
And Summer Keith.
Hi everyone, I'm your editor.
Today we're going to be discussing the color imagery used in The Great Gatsby written by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Now, let's get into some backstory. The Great Gatsby takes place during the Roaring Twenties of 1922. However, the book was also published in 1925. That's pretty close, right? During the Roaring Twenties, a great deal of money was being passed around and people are gaining money in different ways. Tom and Daisy, two characters in our story, got theirs in a more respectable way through inheritance. However, Great Gatsby got his through mob ties and things that are typically considered not that good. Now let's get into color imagery. The use of yellow and gold in our story is typically talking about actual gold, luxurious pieces, and yellow is more talking about fake riches. The use of yellow in this instance is talking about Daisy, the girl that Gatsby is yearning for. Even though Gatsby has all the money in the world, he's still going for that golden girl Daisy. Yellow is also used when talking about Gatsby's car when Gatsby was trying to get into high society and, well, he failed. The use of green in the story was referring to new wealth, typically Gatsby's wealth. Gatsby is plated with the color green, and the green light image is constantly playing over and over throughout the book, almost symbolizing a future that Gatsby won't ever reach. The green light at the end of Daisy's dock is what most people will think about. Now let's transition into white. When most people think about white, they think of pure innocence, or something that is typically kept clean. This color most directly references Daisy. Before Daisy was married, she had a white car. This is typically directly towards her clothing. Most people agree that white in Great Gatsby is referring to Daisy and her being innocent and pure. But I don't think she's that pure. Towards the end of the novel, she seems to be very destructive and selfish. Speaking of destruction, let's talk about the color red. The color red is typically used with blood and romance. However, in our book, it can be shown as both, such as the red romance that takes place between Gatsby and Daisy with one another, or the deaths that take place throughout our story. Now let's talk about gray and black. The Valley of Ashes, which is where dreams go to die, is typically described in gray or black. Black can also be described as mourning, such as Myrtle and Gatsby's death. Gray can also be referenced to white fading into something darker, which can be seen as what happened to Daisy. She went from super innocent to super selfish. Gray and black can also be used to describe a gloomier setting. F. Scott Fitzgerald uses blue to represent dreaming. At one point, Myrtle's in a blue dress to explain about how she wants to run away and be with Tom. Gatsby's garden is also described to have a bunch of shades of blue as a place where people can go and live their lives. It can also be representing Gatsby's illusions about being in a romance with Daisy. Well, that's all the time we have today. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like. If you didn't like it, well, that other button works just as well. Be sure to hit share, other, cancel. Peace.